Steiner. Hello. I'm the chief nursing director here. I think I know pretty much everyone in the room. And I said at all the other meetings, it seems like it's been a long time since we met. From February till June, it just seems like a long time. We'll meet again in September for the safety fair, and then we'll meet again October for the all-staff meetings. So we do them 3 times a year. We're doing 8 sessions, trying to improve attendance and make it easier for everyone to attend. Excuse me. So every meeting we say, who are the abuse coordinators?
Mark and Nicole.
Mark Leverns, Nicole Will, and me in either one of their absences. What is the process? And you can't answer. For after hours allegations of abuse or neglect. What would you do if it's second shift, third shift? What do you do if you think, that doesn't seem right? So you would go to your supervisor, and there's always one of us on call. So we can always initiate that abuse investigation if needed. So off hours, go to your supervisor. Supervisor will talk to a nurse. The nurse will call the on-call, and we'll go from there. So some of you have probably been involved in an abuse investigation, and that's kind of what Karen was talking about, following the rules, compliance for CMS. Follow the rules. Just because you're investigated or interviewed doesn't mean you're guilty. So we follow the rules. Then we always talk about resident rights, which I've said at the other meetings, that Catherine and Karen and I, we're all thinking alike because a lot of our topics kind of cross over this trip. So resident rights, I love Karen's definition better than any I've ever heard. Free adults. That's the way we try to treat our residents, and that's following the resident rights. Nursing updates, we just have had a lot of nurses off for personal reasons, different things, and we're all working. Savannah, Lori, me, Cheryl's working the floor right now. Just everyone's pitching in, and every one of us will be working sometime through Sunday. And that's part of what makes all of us a team, because we all do pitch in, work together to cover things that come up. That's partly where the coins come in. A couple of the meetings we talked about some of the employees that did things above and beyond. And I like to mention Anna. Anna Dean came in, did somebody's hair, a resident, for a couple's dinner. Brandy Simon brought a dress in for that resident to wear. Martha, she comes in when there's a dying resident and she wants to spend time with them. Families have asked for her to come in. So that's another part of being the team, why we recognize people when we can. And we don't all see everything that's great that happens. If you tell us about it, we'll make sure those people are acknowledged. But it's just another great thing about being at the Manor. So each time we meet, I like to talk a little bit about customer service. Excuse me again. And a couple of my favorite books that I like to read. One of them is old, If Disney Ran Your Hospital. It was probably popular in like 2010. And then the other one is called The Florence Prescription. And everyone knows how much I love being a nurse. I always knew I would be a nurse. And the book it's kind of a fiction, but it's kind of a customer service. So there's lots of books around, how to close a deal, how to be better in business. But these 2 books are specifically focused on healthcare. And so most of those other books have a lot of things that don't even apply to us. So we'll hear more about the Florence Prescription at our next meeting together. But If Disney Ran Your Hospital is one of my favorites. And one of the things that Disney says is, it's not the magic that makes it work, it's the way we work that makes it magic. And again, I talk about everybody pitching in, and the reason we're pitching in is to take care of the residents. And that's what makes it magic. The vision of Disney is treat the guests, and in our case, residents, as cherished friends, exceed their expectations, and give them the best vacation or experience of their lives. We need committed, responsible, inspiring people working here to follow this culture change. It leads to quality of service. It leads to guest or resident satisfaction, and that leads us to be competitive and above others in the market. We all know there's other facilities people can choose to go to. In the past week, we've had at least 5 residents referrals that would be repeat customers that wanted to come back here for their care because they had such a good experience the time before. And that's not just nursing. It is a lot of nursing, answering the call light, doing those kind of things, but it's also culinary, making sure the food is good, it's good activities, it's great therapy that allowed them to get home to begin with. So when we have those repeat customers, that says a lot for everybody in the room. Another thing that we see a lot of is repeat cast members. So that's you guys. And pretty much I will always give everyone a second chance. Generally, don't give someone a third chance unless there's a lot of time that has elapsed. But people can come and go and maybe even leave in a bad circumstance and then come and say, Lori, I made a mistake. I didn't know, blah, 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 or it's not better on the other side. And so I will give people a second chance because that's the same thing as the residents wanting to come back because they had a good experience. Sometimes employees leave, realize they did have a good experience, and they want to come back. So one thing that Disney talks about is the 3-legged stool. And so one stool is the guest, our residents. The other stool is the members, and that's all of you. And the third stool leg is the business metrics. And a lot of times we don't talk about business metrics in nursing or in culinary. I know you guys do in development. But the thing is, when our census is up, we have to change our focus from, oh my gosh, we're full, I'm so busy, I can't do this, I can't do that, into thank goodness we're full because I get to work my full 8 hours. And we all get to keep working and getting paychecks and getting things in the building to take care of our residents. So, we do have ebbs and flows in our census, and we met budget, I think most of January, all of February in Silver Cross. And then in March, we lost a lot in March, and you saw the list of names on there. And we dipped down into the 70s, which was the lowest we've been in a long time. Now we're at 82, we've been at 84 this week. And so we have to celebrate getting to those numbers and not complain about it. 4 guest expectations that Disney has is make me feel special. And I think we do that by treating our residents well. Treat me as an individual. And again, that goes along with resident rights. It's treating them and acknowledging the way they want things done. Respect me and my culture. I think that goes along with our diversity, and I think we see a lot of diversity in not only our staff, but also our residents. And then be knowledgeable. Knowledgeable about what your position is, what your role is, and make sure that we're doing that to the best of our ability. So an action step I'd like to see everyone take is to be excited about coming to work every day. And I know that's easy to say, but you rarely will see me without a smile on my face, acknowledge people by name, and that goes a long way. And excitement can go a long way into making the whole culture good. You always have that one grumpy person, and then it kind of puts a damper on the day. So we want to make that less and make the excitement more. So if we start there, we'll see what happens over the next couple months till we meet again. Any questions? All right, Lisa, you're up.
All right, Letitia.